first of all, I want people to practice more self-love. That's first and foremost. You have to love yourself, value yourself, respect yourself. And then, and only then, can you give your best self to others. And I believe in doing things from a place of purpose. I believe in finding your why. So my message to the world is there's a million things that are wrong, right? There's a million things that could improve. And one person cannot solve all the world's problem, but one person can take ownership of something and make it better.
Yeah.
So I would love for everyone to really take the time to think about what is important to you, what you care about, who you care about, and then if there's a problem that you see, that you identify, and you care so much about it, then do something about it. And once you have purpose and you're working towards improving it, not only are you making the world a better place, but it does wonders for your mind, body, and soul.
Welcome back to the Win with Love podcast, where our message and purpose is to do everything from a place of love. Because every time I have been down, love has saved me. And so I have decided to put this production together to show and to help everyone see that they don't have to remain in pain, that they don't have to remain in the suffering, that we can truly heal and do things from a place of love. And today we have a special guest with us, which is also my own business partner and someone that I dearly hold and I collaborate with and do so many things with. Mayeluz Navarro is actually the founder and owner of Blue Diamond Photography and Video, and she is going to come on today's episode and talk a little bit about her message, what she's doing, how she's changing lives, and how she's doing it all from a place of love. So thank you so much for being here. I'm so happy to have you.
No, thank you for inviting me.
Yeah. And so today I wanted to get started with talking about that particular message, doing everything from a place of love. And I know that when we got to talking about the production of this podcast, which is no secret that she's behind it all, as far as the editing and set and everything, we got to talking about the message, and she actually says to me when I pitched it to her, hey, by the way, I've been doing the same thing. I've been thinking in the same mindset with her own, respective business. And so I wanted to get to talking about doing things from a place of love. What does that mean to you, and your perspective on that?
Yes, thank you. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Well, doing things from a place of love, I think it starts first of all with oneself. Starts with self-love and self-value, and having self-respect and being really at peace with yourself, with the decisions that you make. And this is something that it takes time to develop. It's not something that you're born with, something that you have to learn. And to me, I have really, I'm still learning. I'm not an expert, but over the past, let's say 2 to 4 years, my life has changed a lot, and I have had several experiences that have led me to believe that that's the way I want to live my life and the way that I want to raise my child.
Yes.
And I really, I really believe in this concept of doing things from a place of love. And I believe that it starts with oneself. Once you learn to love yourself, respect yourself, then you can give more of yourself, and you can serve better, and you can love your family more, and you can give your clients a better, whatever service you're providing.
Right. And so tell me a little bit about, if, not getting too personal, about those 4 years or so that you were talking about, and some of the transformations that you had, and how applying that concept helped you get through some of those tough times or challenges, per se.
Yes, of course. Well, one of the major life-changing experiences was giving birth. I had my little daughter 4 years ago, and she's my world, and she changed my life. And the first year, obviously, as a new mother with a newborn baby, everything is new, and you're learning, and it's stressful and enjoyable at the same time. And a lot of things happened to me during those 1-2 years. The first year was all about the baby. I remember, all about the baby, and I had a different job with a different schedule at that time, so I was sleeping very little. So a year went by, a year and a half went by, almost 2 years went by, and it was all about the baby. I stopped taking care of myself. One day, I get up and I'm looking at myself in the mirror and I'm like, who are you, right? And that was a hard reality. I didn't like what I saw. I just didn't, I know, okay, I know I'm a mother now, but who am I?
Right.
I just had that, and I wasn't happy. Like, I still needed to lose a baby weight, and I hadn't taken care of my hair. Little things like that, that it does affect you as a person, as a woman. It affects your self-esteem, it affects your relationship with your husband and everything. So I remember waking up one day and, not being very happy. I'm like, why am I not happy? I have a beautiful family. I have a beautiful daughter. She's healthy. We're good. What's happening? And it was just that I was not happy. I just didn't recognize myself, and I needed to pause and think about what I wanted, what was missing, what was I gonna do, next. So it took a lot of soul searching. One of the things that happened at the same time that helped me a lot, believe it or not, even though I didn't have free time, because of the baby, one thing that I started doing right away, I've always been very big on photographs and family and keeping records of the loved ones. And I remember people telling me, well, your first year as a mother is gonna be hard and it's gonna be a blur. And I'm very hard-headed, and someone says, well, if it's so important to me, I don't want it to be a blur. I want to remember it. And I'm like, well, how can I remember it? So I started pictures. So I started taking pictures of my daughter, and I'm kind of like a little bit of perfectionist, and I wanted beautiful, my scene quality pictures.
Yeah.
So, I started with photography. I borrowed a camera. I didn't have a camera back then, and I would be like, no, those pictures don't look like I want them to look. So I started studying photography. So even though I didn't have that much time, that was a little bit of me time, but at the same time, I felt that I was doing something important to me, which was capturing my daughter's second year of life.
Yeah.
So photography to me helped me, give me a way of an expression and an outlet, an artistic outlet. And then I told myself, well, I have hundreds, thousands of pictures of my daughter, but I'm not in those pictures.
Oh man.
I'm not in those pictures, and I'm like, why am I not in those pictures? And even if I had someone take a picture of me with my daughter, I'll be like, I don't like that picture. So, eventually, I told myself, okay, I know I value photography. I have always valued photography. So I hire a photographer to do family pictures, and, you get your hair, makeup done and all that. It makes you feel a little better. You get that beautiful picture with your family. So that was part of my transformation, and I started saying, well, I need to take a little bit better care of myself.
Right.
I need to start exercising. I need to, find out what I'm gonna do with my hair. I just things that bother me. I just needed to, instead of complaining, I identified and I found solutions to those things. And throughout all those process of learning and refining, finding myself again, photography was always there. So
you ended up finding, within the challenges you were having, you found that, I guess, saving grace or that outlet in the photography. And that, I'm going to guess, led you to launching the business that you did. When did you launch Blue Diamond Photography and Video?
Well, officially it became a business last year, but I've been working on it since I had my daughter. So it's been a 4-year process. Originally, I wanted to do, kids and family, because that's what, at that moment I was photographing my daughter, and I thought, I want to be a baby photographer or a kids photographer. But something was missing in that you know, that puzzle, there was something missing. And then when the pandemic started, we had a little bit extra time because luckily, well, all of us started working from home. I was already working from home for many years, but my husband started working from home, and that gave us a little extra time, extra family time. It gave me a little me time. You know, he's always been very supportive, so he would take care of the baby while I went to do 20 minutes in the bicycle to do some me time so I could feel better. And I had a little bit extra time to do more studying in photography, and I came across someone that resonated with me, and she's currently my business, my photography and business mentor. She's super nice, and she created one of the most comprehensive, if not the most comprehensive, photography educational platform that exists right now to this day, and it's called the Portrait System. She, you know, once I heard her message and learn about her business model and learn about what she was doing, it just clicked, and I said this is the piece of the puzzle that was missing for me, because I knew that photography was so important to me that I wanted to somehow help people through photography. I just didn't know how to until I found her.
Right. And that's, I think, one of the biggest realizations we can have is that, you know, we have a talent or we identify something that is meaningful for us. And then it's like, well, what do I do with it? Exactly. You know, and how do I put it back into the world, or how does it help me, right? So I feel like it always has to help you first. Yes. You have to get you right first before you can give back to others. Correct. And so I know I cheated a little bit. I know a little bit about her background and some of her goals and dreams and aspirations as to her business. And so I would love for you to share with our audience a little bit about your mission and your clientele. Who's that ideal client? How do you plan to continue to serve and help?
Right. Yes. So currently, my mission is to empower and celebrate women. I'm very the clientele or the part of the population that I'm focusing in, and I have reasons as to why I really, really resonate with that that part of the population. Well, one of them is that I'm a woman.
Right.
So I want to serve more people like us, entrepreneur and professional women that they have passion. I want passion. I want to help them achieve their goals.
Right. And one of the things that I really admire about you is the passion, right? It's where you come from when you do a photography set, or when you and I work on branding. You know, we work a lot together, and I love the fact that you give that your all. You know, it's not just 1 hour, 2 hour. It's like, okay, well, this is what it's going to take, and we're going to do what needs to be done in order to get what we need to get. And I think that kind of drive, sometimes, you know, folks are missing because maybe they're not aligned with what they want to be doing, or what is truly, you know, their calling or whatnot. And so I wanted to really just hone down on the fact that I really love that you're able to be here and share a real life example. You know, you're not coming in and saying all these, I don't know, extreme things or whatnot, but you're just, you know, a woman who decided to have a dream and went through challenges, and then she showed up in the world as someone that can serve and give back, you know, like we say here, from a place of love. And so would you be able to share maybe a little bit of one of your clients or whatnot? Has there been transformational experiences? How has just what most people would think a simple concept as photography transformed someone?
Yes, and I'll give you one of the, like I really you know, resonate with, you know, everything that I went through, and as I was thinking about who I wanted to serve, I'm thinking, well, yes, I want to serve women, but I wanted to be more specific, right? Mm-hmm. What kind of women? What do I want to do with that? And I, you know, so I have three specialties. I just couldn't just narrow it down to one because I just want to help so many people. So I have personal branding, and with personal branding, I help women like us, entrepreneur women, professional women, And what we do is we have a chat and we talk about what's their mission, what's their purpose, who are their ideal clients, who they want to reach, and we talk about my clients' values and how we want to portray that through video, through images. So they just don't come for me to just take a picture, look at me, I look so pretty. No, it's a whole process of, and sometimes people come to me and they haven't even thought about those things. Of
Right.
Like, oh, who's your ideal client? Why? What's your why? So a lot of my clients, the process with me takes a little longer, but it's a good process. I just have, for instance, I have one that we're getting ready to do a personal branding for a realtor, and she's an amazing person that I just met, that I know, her story is beautiful, and I really, really resonated with her, and we connected, and I'm sending her my questions, and she's like, you know what, I never thought about this, but until you're clear of who you want to help and why you want to help, until you ask yourself those questions, then you're not really reaching who you want to reach, right?
Right.
Like if you talk to everyone, you talk to no one. You have to be very specific. So with my personal branding clients, we narrow that down, and that gives them clarity, and that helps them know exactly who they're going, who they're trying to talk to or reach, and that helps them in their business. That helps them get more of their ideal clients. And then I have women that come to me because they want just a portrait session for themselves or with their daughters or with their mothers. And I love those sessions as well, because it's about creating what's important to me, creating family, photographs of the people that you love. And these are images that I want them to, I work really hard. I want to make sure that they love those images, that they want to put them up on their walls, I want them to see them every day and smile and remember that moment. And these are images that are going to be passed down from generation to generation. Who wouldn't want to have a beautiful picture of their mother, of their grandmother? A 3-generation shot of mother, daughter, and granddaughter. Who wouldn't want that? So I do that, and then I do boudoir because again, we women, we're not just one. We're like an onion.
Yes,
right?
many different layers.
We have different layers, and I'm like, well, I'm helping a woman with their career, and I'm helping them with keeping that family legacy, but at the same time, I felt that there was a little something missing, and I also want to help them with themselves and loving themselves, accepting their bodies. So I do boudoir as well, and it's all about self-acceptance and self-love, and everything that I do in my entire business and my entire model and my entire process comes from a place of love.
Yeah. I love your message, and I love the fact that, it's no secret I'm one of your clients technically. So it's no secret that, when we work with you, there's also some coaching. There's some parts of us that are coming out. You don't just, like you said, take a photo, but you're helping in that process through your questions, through everything, bring out that most authentic self. And I think given this mission of the podcast, which links directly to sharing that message with the world and helping others see their best self or working on self-worth or whatever that may be to grow, I think it really links up really, really, really well. You go above and beyond with just, taking something from a simple project to more of in-depth and a transformation to the person. And so I want to ask you, if you could give a message to the world, what would that particular message be?
Well, first of all, I want people to practice more self-love. That's first and foremost. You have to love yourself, value yourself, respect yourself. And then, and only then, can you give your best self to others. And I believe in doing things from a place of purpose. Mm-hmm. I believe in finding your why. So my message to the world is, there's a million things that are wrong, right? There's a million things that could improve. And one person cannot solve all the world's problem, but one person can take ownership of something and make it better.
Yeah.
So I would love for everyone to really take the time to think about what is important to you, what you care about, who you care about, and then if there's a problem that you see, that you identify, and you care so much about it, then do something about it. And once you have purpose and you're working towards improving it, not only are you making the world a better place, but it does wonders for your mind, body, and soul.
And I think that's huge. How we're showing up in the world makes a difference in how our communities are shaped, our friendships, relationships, our work relationships, everything. Because it's who we bring to the table, who we bring into that room that is really going to shape the experience that we have. If folks are just focused on what the room is going to think of them, but not what they're going to contribute to the room, then the mindset is shifted. Exactly. And we're now going on scarcity versus abundance. And what, in my opinion, we would want to do is we want to be able to serve and give. We want to understand who we are, get us right, and then we can show up as a contributing member versus just someone who doesn't know what to do or where to fit in. And a lot of folks, we're all there, right? I've been there, she's been there, we've been through a certain level of self-growth. But I think it's beautiful to see how we can encompass that type of purpose and that type of growth from a different place that is not, your usual, I don't know, whether it's therapy or healthcare or something that people would think of, that's where you go get the help. No, everyone has a different outlet. Everyone has a different way of finding themselves or that calling or purpose. And I love the fact that your business motto encompasses that within your trade and helps women grow in this particular case. So if anyone wants to reach out to you, if they want to have any questions or even book a session, where can they find you?
They can find me on Instagram is Blue Diamond Photo MN, and the website is still working because I'm waiting for a few pictures that are being currently edited. But the website is going to be Blue Diamond Photography, and we'll put the link.
We'll definitely have that in the link at the bottom for you guys.
You can reach out. I also wanted to mention about the new campaign that I'm.
Yes, definitely. Tell us about the campaign.
Yes, the campaign is called Unstoppable, and you're leading that campaign. Yeah.
No pressure.
And the campaign is about I want to photograph 30 women over 30. And I'm looking for women who are currently on a journey of growth, a journey on their career. Either they started it or they are in the process of reaching their career goals. And I want to photograph them. I want to bring these 30 women together at the end of the campaign, so that we can connect, we can celebrate each other, we can cheer each other, and maybe even start long-term friendships. And this is a part of a bigger project that I have in mind, where eventually, after a few years of running campaigns like this, I want to have enough material to create a beautiful either book or a magazine with some of these stories, images of those women with their story. And I want that piece of work, I want to put that piece of work on the hands of young girls in our community, so that this is a living proof that yes, these women, they have goals, they work hard for it, and they are reaching their goals, so can you.
Right, so that it's made possible
Exactly.
to others. I love it. I love your message. I love everything about working with you. I'm super grateful for you to have been able to join us here and our listeners and viewers. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Win with Love podcast. We always want to do everything from a place of love, because every time I've been down, love has saved me. And I want to continue to be able to share that message with the world. Thank you so much for being a part of it.